another piece of paper. I actually have 4 pieces of paper here, and I've cut mine small, but there's no reason for that. You may use large scale or large size paper. I'm going to wet my black watercolor so it's nice and thick. So using my brush here, and I'm just moving it back and forth with a little water. And now I'm going to replicate the drawing that I did before. So you have your practice drawing of your ox, and now I'm going to paint it. And I'm going to let my brush dance across the paper, kind of like when you practiced earlier with your fingers on the line shapes. And I want to kind of think about music or the rhythm of music when I'm painting. Today I'm going to try to hold my brush upright rather than like a pencil, so straight up and down, you can see here. And I'm going to work on those shapes. So again, the shape of the head, and then I'm going to create those really fun shapes of the horns. You can go back and get some more paint to make the shape of the body coming up and around. Now with Chinese or calligraphy here, one of the nice things you'll see is the stroke of the brush when it's dry versus the stroke of the brush when it's wet. I like the play between the solid line and the scratchy dry line. It's up to you how you like to do it. So one reason I have 4 pieces of paper is because I want to try lots of different things. So if I want to put a face in here, maybe I give my cow a little bit of a face. If I want my tail to be a little bit darker, I can bring my tail around again. But now I'm going to do another one. And you can play. You can do one. You can do more than one. It's up to you. They're all going to be different. So here again, I'm going to start with the shape of my cow. I'm going to create some ears and some horns that come up. And I'm going to create the body that comes down and the tail. Now I'm going to give him a little bit of a face. I'm going to practice making some interesting shapes that maybe are different than the last one. Maybe this cow has a black, more of a black face. And I like that one. I don't know, I could give him some legs maybe. That's kind of interesting. So I'm just playing with the things that the brush might do. I'm going to show you here on this piece of paper the different kinds of strokes I can make. Pushing down, a solid stroke, a skinny stroke by pushing lightly, a tapered stroke, and then this would be a dry brush stroke. I can also use little dots, lines, to create all the different things I might want to include in my cow. So knowing how to do this is just practicing. And you can see that those brush strokes now all exist in the cow that I made here, or the ox. I'm going to do one more just to see what happens with the brush. So again, I'm going to create the shape of my head. I'm going to give him some little ears. I'm going to give him his horns. I'm going to go ahead then and create that body shape. And I like his tail. I'm going to give him some little eyes on the outside of his head, I think. Nose. Maybe he has like a stripe, black stripe down the center of his face.